Mic checking. Yeah, it is working. Okay, I'm ready. So today I'm back with another video, with another live stream, and today I'm gonna read another story. Today's story is about Tom and Jerry's Home Alone adventure. Tom and Jerry were best friends. Tom and Jerry were best friends. They lived in a cozy house. They lived in a cozy house with their owners, Mr. Brown, who loved them dearly. Tom was a grey cat with black stripes, and Jerry was a brown mouse with long tail. They enjoyed playing games, watching TVs, and Tom and Jerry were best friends. They lived in a cozy house with their owners, Mr. Brown, who loved them dearly. Tom was a great cat. Tom was a grey cat with black stripes, and Jerry was a brown mouse with a long tail. They enjoyed playing games, watching TVs, and eating cheese together. What is happening? Okay. Tom and Jerry were Tom and Jerry were the best friends. They lived in a cozy house with their house owner. They lived in a cozy house with their owner, Mr. Brown, who loved them dearly. They enj- Tom was a grey cat with black stripes, and Jerry was a brown mouse with a long tail. They enjoyed playing games, watching TV, and eating cheese together. One day, Mr. Brown had to go to. One day, Miss Brown had to go to. One day, Miss Brown had to go on a business trip for a week. She left Tom and Jerry in charge of the house and gave them instructions. Tom, Jerry, I'm going away for a while. Please take good care of the house and yourselves. Don't make a mess. Don't fight. Don't invite any strangers. I will be back. I love you both. Tom and Jerry nodded and waved goodbye to Miss Brown. They were excited to have the house to themselves. They decided to have some fun and do whatever they wanted. Wait a minute. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna read it from again from the top to bottom. Tom and hello everyone. Today I'm going to read a random story for you all, and I hope you will find it interesting. Today's story title is Tom and Jerry's Home Alone Adventure. Tom and Jerry were the best friends. They lived in a cozy house with their owners, Miss Brown, who loved them dearly. Tom was a grey cat with black stripes, and Jerry was a brown mouse with a long tail. They enjoyed playing games, watching TV, and eating cheese together. One day, Miss Brown had to go on a business trip for a week. She left Tom and Jerry in charge of the house. One day, Miss Brown had to go on a business trip for a week. She left Tom and Jerry in she left Tom and Jerry in charge of the house and gave them some instructions. Tom, Jerry, I'm going away for a while. Take good care of you. Please take good care of the house and yourselves. Don't make a mess, don't fight, and don't invite any strangers. I will be back soon. I love you both. Tom and Jerry nodded and waved goodbye to Miss Brown. They were excited to have the house to themselves. They decided to have some fun and do whatever they wanted. They started by raiding the fridge and eating all the food they could find. They made a huge pile of dishes and left them in the sink. They, they, they then moved to the living room and turned on the TV. They watched their favorite cartoons and laughed loudly. They watched their favorite cartoons and they watched their they watched they watched their favorite cartoons and laughed loudly. They threw they threw popcorn and pillows at each other and made a mess of the couch. Then they sorry, I'm gonna read that paragraph again. They started raiding the fridge and eating all the foods they could find. They made a huge pile of dishes and left them in the sink. They then moved to the living room and turned on the TV. They watched their favorite cartoons and laughed loudly. They threw popcorn and pillows at each other and made a mess of the couch. They then went to the bedroom and jumped on the bed. They knocked over the lamps and the books and the pictures. They had a blast. They were having so many fun that they were having so much fun that they didn't notice knock out the they were having so much fun that they were having they were having so much fun they were having so much fun that they did not notice a knock on the door. It was Spike, the bulldog from the next door. He smelled the food and heard the noise and decided to check it out. He pushed the door open. He pushed the door open and entered the house. Hey, what's going on here? Spike. Hey, what's going on here? Hey, what's going on here? Spike barked. Tom and Jerry froze. They knew Spike was trouble. He was he was big and mean liked to chase them. Tom and Jerry froze. They knew Spike was a trouble. He was big and mean and liked to chase them. Tom and Jerry froze. They knew Spike was trouble. He was big and mean and liked to chase them. Then they quickly hid under the bed and hoped he would go away. But Spike was not going to leave. He saw the food and the mess and the TV and but Spike was not going to leave. He but Spike was not going to leave. He saw the food, the mess and the TV and decided to make himself comfortable. Spike was not going to leave. Spike was not going to leave. He saw the food and the mess and the TV and decided to make himself comfortable. He ate all he ate the he I'm going to read it again. But Spike was not going to leave. He saw the food and the mess and the TV Spike was not going to leave. He saw the food and the mess and the TV and decided to make himself comfortable. He ate the leftovers, he sat on the couch, he changed the channel and he made himself at home. He made himself at home. Tom and Jerry was furious. They did not like Spike. He was ruining their fun and their house. They decided to get rid of him. They come up with a plan. They sneaked out of the bedroom and went to the kitchen. They found some rope, some glue, some scissors, and some cheese. They made a trap for Spike. They tied the They sneaked out of the bedroom and went to the kitchen. They found some rope, some glue, some scissors, and some cheese. They made a trap for Spike. They tied the rope to the ceiling fan and they glued the scissor to the rope. I'm gonna read it again. They sneaked out of the they sneaked out of the bedroom and went to the kitchen. They found some rope, some clothes, some scissors, and some cheese. They made a trap for Spike. They tied the rope to the ceiling fan, they glued the scissors to the rope, they cut the cheese into pieces, and they plashed. They sneaked out of the bedroom and went to the kitchen. They found some rope, some glue, some scissors, and some cheese. They made a trap for Spike. They tied the rope to the ceiling fan, they glued the scissors to the rope, they tied the rope to the ceiling fan, they glued the scissors to the rope, they cut the cheese into pieces, and they placed them on the floor. They then, they then turned on the fan and waited. Spike smelled the cheese and followed his nose. He saw the cheese on the floor and licked the Spike smelled the cheese and followed his nose. He saw the cheese on the floor and licked his lips. He did not see the rope or scissor on Spike. Spike smelled the cheese and followed his nose. He saw the cheese on the floor and licked his lips. He did not see the rope or the scissor or the fan. He walked towards the cheese and stepped on the trap. Rope snapped. The scissor flew and fan spun. The rope snapped. The rope snapped. The, the rope snapped. The scissor flew. The fan spun. The scissors cut the cheese and the cheese had the. I'm gonna read it again. Spike, Spike smelled the cheese and followed his nose. He saw the cheese on the floor and licked his lips. He did not see the rope or the scissor or the fan. He walked towards the cheese and stepped on the trap. The rope snapped, the scissor flew, the fan spun. Scissors cut the cheese and the cheese hit Spike. Spike yelped. He was covered in the cheese and he was angry. He looked up and saw Tom and Jerry laughing at him. He growled and chased them. he growled. 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 He growled and chased them. Tom and Jerry ran for the life. Tom and Jerry ran for their lives. They dodged the scissor, they avoided the cheese, they escaped Spike. They ran out of the house and locked the door behind them. Lesson. The lesson of this story is that friends should stick together and respect their home. Tom and Jerry had fun, but they also made a lot of trouble for themselves and their honor. They, they invited Spike, who was not a friend, and he made things worse. They had to work together to get rid of him and save their house. They learned that they should be more careful and responsible when they are at home. They also learned when they are home alone. They they also learned that they should appreciate the honor of their friendship more. I don't know what this story is it. I mean, all I understand that Tom and Jerry made a mess and they had to suffer the problem. They had to tackle the problem. Spike was the problem, I think. I'm just looking for a website where I can read books, but I don't know how to find those books or where should I find it. I think Googling it will be easy for me to do. So that's why that's what I am doing right now. So that's why it's taking a little bit time for me to read the books, but just give me a minute. Let me spend a little bit time. I'm not looking for the PDF. I'm just looking for a random books to read. Wizard of Oz. Let's see what is it. Can I read it right here, right now? I think I can do that. Okay, there's a PDF. I think yes, I can save it right here. Let's do it. Let's read it. I think I can do it. Okay, so here it is. You cannot say it, but I can say it, so that's why I'm reading it here. Okay. Oh, come on. This is very difficult for me to read at the moment because I'm not comfortable with the language. Okay, there's. Oh my god, ladies. These are books are not for teen and yes. Okay, let's go for it. Let's see. Let's see. Uh, the book Thieves by Marcus Jukas. I don't know who is it. Who is he? Let's take a let's see this one. What is it? It's saying add to cart. That means I can read it here. Oh come on. Why can't I read? Okay, let's do one thing. Let's read some article online. That will be nice. Okay, I can do this. I can read some articles like gaming articles. I'm gonna go for the gaming articles. I'm looking for an article, but I cannot sort. There's a website in Source News. Yeah, if I can read it here, then that will be awesome. Okay, SC grant bail to Pradeep Sharma in anti-label bomb scare case. The Supreme Court on Wednesday granted bail to ex-Mumbai police officer Pradeep Sharma, who was arrested in connection with Antilla bomb scare case and killing of a businessman Mukesh Mansukh Hirani. Bombay High Court has rejected Sharma bail in January. NIA had alleged that Sharma was part of. How can I read? Okay, how to? Okay, let's do this. Okay, there are so many. Oh, this is a very hard news. This is a sad news. So, Japan placed collision. Five crew members found dead on Coast Guard aircraft. Five people on board on Coast Guard aircraft died after a runaway collision with Japan airline plane at Tokyo Haneda, Haneda Airport. The country transport minister said regarding the Coast Guard plane, we have been informed that the captain escaped and five people were confirmed dead. Tit- Tetsuo Saito said as per news agency AFP. Meanwhile, all the passengers and crew of Japan. Can you see it? I don't think you can see it. Can you? I don't think so. Let's see. Can you hear? Why am I wish I can have a book right now and I can read it. Okay, I have a book. Wait, I have a book. I have a book here. How I found it. Number one, challenge of yourself. This is a 0 to 1 note on startup or how to build a future. Peter Thiel with Blake Master. So let me see what can I read about this. I hope I won't get any copyright problem in this if I read it. Anyway, let's see. Let's hope for the best. I don't know what should I say. Okay, so this is the very first chapter, 0 to 1. Every moment in business happens only once. The next Bill Gates will not build an operating system. The next Larry Page or Sergey Brin won't make a search engine. And the next Mark Zuckerberg won't create a social network. If you are copying these guys, you aren't learning from them. Of course, it is easier to copy a model than to make something new. Doing what already doing what we already know how to do task the world from 1 to n adding more of something familiar. But every time we create something new but every time we create something new, we go from 0 to 1. The act of creation is singular, as in the moment of creation, and the result is something fresh and strange. Unless they invest, unless they invest in difficult task of, unless they invest in the difficult task of creating new things, companies will fail in future no matter how big their profit remains today. What happens when we have gained everything to had from What happened when we have gained everything to be had from fine-tuned old lines of business that we have inherited? Unlikely as it sounds, the answer threatens to be far worse than the crisis of 2008. Today's best practice led to dead end. Today's best pra- Today's best practice led to dead ends. The best paths are new and untried. In a world of giant In the world of administrative, gigantic administrative bureaucrats, but both public and private, searching for a new path might seems like hoping for the miracle. Actually, if American business is going to succeed, we are going to need hundreds or even thousands of miracles. This would be depressing, but for one crucial fact, humans are distinguished from a. This would be depressing for one crucial fact. Humans are distinguished from other species by our ability to work miracles. We call this miracle technology. Technology is miraculous because it allows us to do more with less, retracting up on re, re, retrace, retracting, retas- retesting up our fundamental capabilities to a higher level. Other animals are instinctively driven to build. Wait a minute. I'm getting distracted, to be honest. If I be honest with you, I'm getting distracted. I know why, but how can I stop it? I don't know. I really don't know how to do that or to stop myself from getting distracted. I need I seriously need a book that I can read and learn something from it. Technology is meticulous because it allows us to do more with less. Retracing, re, retracing up our fundamental capabilities to a higher level. Other animals are instinctively driven to build things like dams, honeycombs, but we are only ones that can invest that we other animals are instinctively driven to build things like dams and honeycombs, but we are only ones that can invent new things and better way of making them. Human does not decide what to build by making choice from some comic catalog or options given in advance. Instead, by creating a new technologies, we rewrite the plan of world. Things these are the kind of elementary truth we teach to second grade, but they are easy to forget in a world where so much of what we do in repeat what have been done before. 0 to 1 is about how to build companies that create new things. It draws on everything I have learned directly as a co-founder of PayPal and Palantir, Palantir and then inventor in hundreds of startups, including Facebook, SpaceX. But while I have noticed many patterns, I relate them here. This book offers no formula for success. The paradox of teaching entrepreneurship is entrepreneurship is that some entrepreneurship is that such a formula necessarily cannot exist because every innovation is a new and unique. No authority can prescribe in concrete terms how to build innovative. Indeed, the single most powerful pattern I have noticed is the successful people find value in unexpected place, they, and they do this by thinking about business from the first principle instead of formulas. This book stemmed from the course about startup that I taught at Stanford in 2012. College students can become extremely skilled at few specialties, but many never learn what to do with those skills in the wider world. My primary goal is teaching the class was the My primary goal is teaching the class was to help my students see beyond the tracks laid down the academic specialties to broader future that is there to create. One of those students, Blake Master, took detailed class notes, which circulated far beyond the campus. And in 0 to 1, I have worked with him and revised the note for a wider audience. There is no reason why the future should happen only at Stanford or in college or in Silicon Valley. This is the chapter 1 challenge of the future. Whenever I interview someone for a job, I like to ask questions. What important truth do very few what important truth do very few people agree with you on? This question sounds easy because it is straightforward. Actually, it is very hard to answer. It is intellectually difficult because the knowledge that everyone is taught in school is by definition agreed upon. And it is psychologically difficult because everyone tries to answer must say something she knows to be unpopular. Brilliant thinking is rare, but courage is in every shorter supply that genius. Sorry, what? Brilliant thinking is rare, but courage is in ever shorter supply than genius. Oh, okay. Most commonly, I hear answer like the following: Our our education system is broken and urgently needs to be fixed. America is exceptional. There is no God. Those are bad answers. The first and the second statement might be true, but people are already agree with them. The third statement simply take one side in familiar debate. What is the last? Okay. So as per the book, they say that America is exceptional. I don't know about that. I don't agree with that. Those are bad answers. The first and the second statement might be true, but many people already agree with them. The third statement simply take one side in a familiar debate. A good answer takes the following formula. Most people believe in X, but the truth is opposite of X, and I will give my own answer later in this chapter. What does this constant question have to do with the future? In the most minimal sense, the future is simply set of all the moments yet to come. But what makes the future distinctive and important isn't that it hasn't happened yet, but rather that it will be time when the world works differently from today. In this sense, nothing about if nothing about our society change for the next 100 years, then the future is over 100 years away. If things change radically in the next decade, then the future is nearly at hand. No one can predict the future exactly, but we know two things. It's going to be different and it must be rooted in the today's world. Most answer to the contra- contrarians contrarian question are different way to seeing the present. Good and good answer are as close as we come looking for the future. 0 to 1 the future progress. When we think about future, we hope for future of progress. That progress can take one of two form: horizon, horizontal, horizontal or extensive progress. Means copying things that works going to sorry. When we think about future, we hope for future of progress. The process can take one of the two formula. Horizontal or extensive progress means copying things that work going from 1 to n. Horizontal progress is very to imagine. Horizontal progress is easy to imagine because we already know what it looks like. Vertical or intensive progress means doing new things, going from 0 to 1. Vertical progress is harder to imagine because it requires do something nobody else has ever done. If you take one typewriter and build 100, you have made horizontal progress. If you type if you have a typewriter and build a word processor, you made vertical progress. Really have no idea what I'm reading right now. It is really like reading something which I really don't understand. It is all about the things. I don't want to be judgmental that quickly. I'm not that type of person who just thinks that quickly. But I don't know about this book. I'm not feeling confident reading it. I might be wrong. This is my point of view. You might find it interesting, but right now I'm not feeling it like that. So let's talk about myself, what I have done today. So I wake up at pretty late. I wake up at 10 a.m. because I went to sleep last night at 5 a.m. So I took a 5 hour sleep, and when I wake up, I first thing I did is brush my teeth, get fresh, and then went down to the room for the lunch, for the breakfast. In breakfast, I remember what I was having, a little sevai. I think it's called sevai. Yeah, I got a sevai, which was tasty, but I didn't ask for more. I wanted more sevai, but unfortunately, somehow I made my mind that I don't wanna eat anymore. So I placed my plates on the sink and come back to my room at the first floor. Then I started working on my video. The video, I'm not gonna play. Okay, I'm gonna explain. Tell you which video or what video or which in which channel I'm gonna upload that video. So I recorded a gameplay video of Bully Scholarship Edition. It is the third episode, I think. Yes, it is the third episode, and in that episode, right now I'm still editing it, but still, what I edited is, first there was an intro where I explained what happened in the last episode, and later I started working on the mission. I started playing the game. As game progresses, in that game progress, I remember there's a mission called Save Algae. There's a small boy, not a very he was not teenager, he was a kid, I think. That kid was in help. He was in need of help. Jimmy, as our character, we are my name, our name in that game, our character name is Billy Hopkins. So Billy, not Billy, it's Jimmy Hopkins. Sorry, Jimmy Hopkins went to the library and he smelled something, sniffed something, I think, and he sniffed something very bad, and he said, you, yuck." It was yuck smell. Then he went. Then he come to contact with that algae. So algae asked us, "Would you like to help us? I am need of help." So that boy asked us for help, and in return we are getting paid. Algae wanna pay us $2, but we end up getting paid for $5 because we pressurized that kid that we will work for you, I will help you if you pay us five. But the algae was little uncomfortable paying that much. He was not willing to pay that much, but still somehow we managed to convince him to give us $5 in that game. Later we started fighting because there outside the library there was some children who was waiting for algae to come out and start fight with him and torture him. But as we are with algae, we tackle him, we teach them lesson, and then somehow we end up getting to the school, the academy, and we help him. First we took him to the toilet. He was desperate in need to go to toilet. Once he came back from the toilet, we took him to the first floor of the game, the academy, where he get his book, and in return we got paid for $5. Then after that, I saved my game and then went for the next mission. In the next mission, the Gary boy, the which is a rude boy, he was teasing Pete. Yeah, Peter. I think is his name is Peter or Pete. I don't remember the kid, but Gary was teasing Pete and making fun of him. Then we come there. Jimmy came there and started talking. Why you're teasing him? Why you are always like that? And Gary explained a little bit about his plan that he want to take over the school. So after that, I start my editing over there, and till here, it's almost become 2 p.m., which is afternoon. So I went for the dinner, for the lunch, and then I, I, t- I started taking lunch. And then when I come back, it was like watching few. I started. I When I came back, I turned on my computer, and then the plan was that first I'm gonna listen few music and then start editing. But somehow some music attract me so much that I get into it, that music. Like I was so connected with that music that I forgot to edit my video. Then later at the 5 p.m. I started live streaming on my Spapno is live channel, and I live stream, and that live stream was quite good but not satisfying because in today's live stream I completed my 500 subscriber goal, and I was happy, but deep inside I know that I'm getting this 500 subscriber in term of if I let my viewers play with me in Minecraft, which was not a good, which I believe it was not a good choice to do, but somehow I end up allowing them. I cannot say no to them. It's not like I don't want to say no to them. The reason behind is that I'm allowing those people to play, those viewers to play, because if I say no to them, they will not gonna come back to my stream, they will not gonna support my channel, and I will not get the watch time. So it will be lose-lose case for me. So I wanna get a win-win condition, so that's why I allow some of them, and then later, as I've expected, they started playing and they end up fighting with each other, which I really don't like. So what I did is turn out the server and then created a backup of it. Later that later I come to the no it come to my attention that I should take a serious action against them, because they are not belongs to my, they do not deserve to be my to get my attention. So later I end my stream, and now I'm thinking about it. Then after that, there's a Epic Games free games giveaway going on, so I claimed that game, and today's free game was 20 minutes till dawn. It was a pixelated game which you can get it on Steam also, but as you know, Epic Games is trying their best to take some market from Steam, so they're giving this game for free. They have given lots of free games, which I really appreciate it. Then after that, I went to the dinner, went for the dinner. I think it was like 10 p.m. I eaten all the dinner. I mean, I had my dinner, and then I watched a cartoon called anime. I think it's anime. I don't know. Is it a cartoon or anime? I don't know. Then I watched Shin-chan. You can Google it. Is it a anime or cartoon? I don't know. Then I went up and started live streaming. This live stream, I was using ChatGPT to read. I generate some story. I asked ChatGPT to generate a story for me, and ChatGPT done a good job. But somehow it feels like their ChatGPT has generated very incomplete stories. So that's why I switched to something else. I started reading a book called Zero to One, and then after that, I started explaining what I did today. So this is what I did today. I know it does not make any sense right now, but one day it will. So I don't know what should I do. Should I make a live stream about what I did today, or should I read a book? I don't know what to do. I think reading a book will be good for me because it will help me to pronounce few things properly. I really want to correct my English, but I don't know what how to do or what to do. I want to read books, but I don't have any books right now. I'm planning to get a books from a store. Let's see what work what works and what not. So right now, right here, I'm ending my stream. I'm ending my stream. Let's see. Hope for the next. Let's see how long I can keep this up. Keep streaming every day. So now I'm going to end the stream here. And if you're watching the stream later, then thank you for watching. It is a documentary video, I think. So I don't know I can expect from my viewers. I really don't expect any view in these videos. So yeah, that's all. So I'm gonna end the stream here and talk to you all later. Bye.